We will call to order the September 28th meeting of the Parker Planning Commission at 7 p.m. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I know our ratings will go down.
Nobody's saying.
Oh, no, you missed it.
All right. Okay, roll call. Absent is Rob, and seated for Rob is Ruth Ann. Absent is Ileana, seated for Ileana is Kim. And Dwayne is absent, and seated for Dwayne is Eric. Everyone else is seated. In terms of the agenda, I don't see any publics here, but the item number 7 is to be continued. So if someone was here for that, that won't be heard tonight. All right, next, minutes. Are there any additions to or corrections to the minutes from September 14th?
Nope.
No.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the September 14, 2017 minutes.
Second.
It's been moved by John, seconded by Sasha, that we approve the minutes from the September 14th, 2017 meeting. I signal your approval by yes.
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 Abstain.
Okay. Item number 7 that we referenced a moment ago, a public hearing on Highlands at Kings Point rezone, and it is to be continued to a date specific, October 12th, 2017. Do we need a motion to approve that? That continuance, and it's on page 7 of that packet of the, do we have a motion on that?
I move we continue the hearing on Highlands at Kings Point to a date certain, October 12th, 2017.
I'll second.
Richard. It's been moved by Ruth Ann, seconded by Rich, that we move the Planning Commission meeting, the Highland, at the, that we, I can't get this down, that we continue the hearing for the Highlands at Kings Point Plan Development District zoning to October 12th, 2017. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next, item number 8 is a public hearing on Lot 4C, Lincoln Meadows, filing number 2, amendment number 1, use by special review, and we will convene the public hearing at 7:03. Paul?
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of Planning Commission. As was just alluded to, the case this evening is case number Z17-009. The request is for a use by special review for auto detailing. Please note that the applicant has provided the required notification affidavits stating that they have legally noticed the hearing this evening. The subject property is located at the southwest corner of Lincoln and Dransfeld. It is highlighted with the red box located on the image in front of you. It's currently zoned within the Lincoln Meadows Plan Development for commercial uses. Within the Lincoln Meadows PD zone document, uses for auto service stations, not including auto body or engine repair, must receive use by special review approval, which is what brings us here this evening. The site is designated as a central commercial district within the town's master plan. The site itself is about 1.5 acres in size with an existing 6,600 square foot building. The blue circle that's in the center of the site is the subject of the request this evening by the applicant in order to convert those 3 self-serve car wash bays into 2 spaces for the auto work, as well as the easternmost bay as an office space. The white circle on the image is currently the location for an outdoor window shield chip repair operation, which is the subject of one of the conditions this evening. The site was originally developed in 2004 as a car wash, and the site plan amendment in order to approve that windshield chip repair was approved back in 2012. So again, the request this evening, an image showing what the conversion would look like, is in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Again, the request is to enclose all three of the self-serve wash bays. Two of them would be enclosed with a fully glass garage door, and the eastern end again would be converted to office space with windows, additional landscape planters, and awnings to match the existing office on the site. Within staff's report, there's a detailed analysis of each of the 9 approval criteria for a use by special review. The slide in front of you highlights what those 9 approval criteria are and a brief summary of how the application has met those requirements. Again, the detailed analysis has been provided in your staff report. In terms of analyzing the existing windshield chip repair, that was approved again back in 2012 as part of a site plan amendment with a specific condition that states that the accessory use is not specified for one person or company, but shall be approved in perpetuity with the property owner until such time as the site plan is amended. At this time, the site plan is going through an administrative amendment process. Given the site layout, moving the windshield chip repair to the west side of the property, staff believes would be beneficial in order to avoid any pinch points with existing traffic and circulation on the property. In terms of responses from referral agencies, there have been responses from all those that referred that there were no conflicts with the request this evening. To date, staff has not been contacted by any member of the public regarding this request. Therefore, staff recommends that Planning Commission recommend approval, subject to the 3 conditions contained in your staff report, for the requested use by special review to convert the 3 self-serve car wash bays to an auto detailing and office space. And that would conclude staff's presentation. However, we certainly are available for any questions you might have.
Questions for Paul?
Paul, presently, the employees there have been utilizing those bays for their parking. Is there going to be accommodations made for employee parking somewhere on that site?
Good question. So at present, the request is would require 11 parking spaces be provided on the subject property. The applicant, as part of their administrative site plan, has proposed 13. So they will have an additional 2 parking spaces beyond those required by the code.
Thank you.
And because the windshield chip repair is mobile, is it not part of the site plan?
So it is part of the administrative site plan.
And I couldn't find that anywhere.
Neither
Do you have
can
a slide of that? I mean, I know it's moving to the west side.
So the site plan is being reviewed administratively. So it is not part of the request this evening.
Okay.
However, it could be a little confusing since there are conditions related to the administrative site plan. But the conditions are intended to continue to have staff and the applicant work together to meet those requirements.
Okay.
Further questions for Paul?
No.
Okay. Does the applicant have a presentation tonight?
The applicant does not have a presentation. However, he is available if you would like to make any comments or answer any questions from Planning Commission.
Planning Commission have any questions for the applicant?
No.
No?
No.
No, it's okay. Have any questions? No.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
I didn't get batteries for my shirt.
Okay, as this is a public hearing, we will open the discussion to public comment. We'd ask that members of the public step forward to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, we will close the public comment. Do we need further information from the applicant or staff?
Nope.
No.
We will close the public hearing at 7:10. Planning Commissioner discussion?
Well, I think the improvements being asked are pretty straightforward, and I think only improves the property, so I think all the criteria have been met pretty adequately, so I'm in favor of it.
It seems to fit within what he's currently doing there at his business, so I think it's a great idea.
I concur with my fellow commissioners, and I specifically like the aspect that it will be more environmentally friendly with regards to water consumption, so I support.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree, and I also noticed that there was the site had looked at traffic prior to this, and it's still under what they anticipated from the site, so I concur.
And I concur with my colleagues. Do we have a motion?
I move that the Planning Commission recommend the Town Council approve the requested use by special review, subject to the 3 conditions identified in the staff report.
Second.
So moved by Rich, seconded by John, that Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the required use by special review, subject to the 3 conditions identified in the staff's report. Signify your approval by yes?
Yes.
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 Okay. There are staff items?
No, sir, there are not.
Okay. Then we will adjourn at 7:11.